What is going on in the Hoboken real estate market? It's crazy times. Jeff Bonk here from the HBB Group and eXp Realty here in Hoboken. And today we're going to take some time and talk about what happened in the first quarter of 2022 here in Hoboken, both on the sales side and the rental side. We're going to go through some numbers, go through a few stats, and then talk about what we're seeing right now and what that may mean for you as a buyer, a renter, a landlord, or a seller in this Hoboken market right now. So first, let's dive into sales. And first and foremost, we really want to look at how many places came on the market and how many places went off the market. When we look at closings, when we look at closing prices, it's really trailing indicators. What we're going to look at is how many places came on versus last year at this time and how many places went off. And when we look at the new listings that came on the market, we're looking at 25% less new listings that hit the market. So if 100 places were coming on a month last year, we're looking at 75 places only coming on the market. Because of that, we're seeing the actually under contracts, the volume of places selling have gone down by 10%. There's just not enough homes on the market for buyers to buy. Less homes coming on, even though the buyers are in the market, there's just nothing for them to buy. We're seeing less volume in transactions of 10%. Along with that, we're seeing days on market down. Less things to buy, less options. We're seeing days on market down from 30 days on average last year at this time to 17 days. Things are moving quicker, higher velocity, and a lot of those things don't get marked under contract until about 5-10 days after they actually have a agreed upon price because of attorney review. So really we're looking at 5 to 7 days, maybe just one weekend on the market before it really has an accepted offer and has a buyer in place. From there, we're looking at the available housing is down 50%. So if you were in the market last year, let's say you're looking for a 2-bed, 2-bath, 700 to 900,000, you might have had 7, 8, 9 places to look at any given weekend or week. Now you're probably looking at 3 or 4 max, and those places have offers on them very quickly. You have to be one of the first people in there, especially for turnkey properties. This is a big trend we're seeing. If it's ready to go, if there's not a lot of renovation needed to it, just bring your furniture, bring your clothes and move on with your life. Those properties are moving quickly, and there's very few to see when they come on the market. Overall, that's what the tone that we're seeing is multiple offers on every property. We're seeing 2, 3, 4 offers in the first weekend. If something needs some work or something is not as prime location, maybe it lasts the first weekend and we see some offers the second weekend. But overall, we're seeing things move very, very quickly. Buyers have to be very nimble, very willing to get out and see properties as soon as they hit the market. Now, what's the big question? What's prices doing, right? Given all this extra demand in the market and the limited supply, we saw prices quarter over quarter, 2021 versus 2022, go up about 7.5% across the board. We're seeing that in price per square foot. We're seeing that in the properties that have closed, and we're also seeing that in the prices that the properties are going under contract for. We don't know those numbers till 60 days later when they close, but the actual pricing of the property when it's going under contract, the asking price is all up about 7.5% to 8%, depending on which one of those metrics you look at, but they're all lining up perfectly together. Now let's talk about the real Wild West, the rental market. The rental market is like something that we've never seen before. Before COVID, we used to have 200-300 properties on the market at a time. That ballooned to 1,000, 1,200 properties almost at one point during the height of COVID. And just wait to hear where we're at today when we get to that part of the numbers we want to look at. So the first thing we really want to take a look at even beyond the available inventory is how many places are going under contract, how many places are coming or going off the market, versus how many places are being listed. And this year versus last year, we're seeing the volume of rentals actually down, believe it or not, 20%. And the reason for that is because the listings coming on the market are down 60%, which is just crazy. So if we saw 100 places coming on the market at a clip last year this time, we're seeing only 40 come on the market. The available housing last year at this time is an average of 1,000 places on the market at any given day when you just look at how many active today in Hoboken in quarter 1 of 2021. Today it's 60. That's right, 1,000 to 60. So what's that do to prices? Obviously, this is gonna have a huge impact on pricing. If you have so much demand, such limited supply, pricing is up 25% on rentals in Hoboken across the board. Some sectors are up 50. Some of the larger places, some more of the updated places, the places with extra bedrooms for work from home, or places with extra bedrooms if kids needed extra space to do homeschooling over the last few months as they were doing that was still happening as this market turned. We're seeing 25 to 50% appreciation in rental prices. A few different things to look at of what this means for you, right? First of all, this is all happening while interest rates are going up 2 points almost in the last quarter, right? They were all-time lows at 3%, 3.25%, and now they're at or knocking on the door or even going over 5%. So the fact that there's so much appreciation, so little supply still in the market after we saw interest rates go up 2%, mean we have a really significant supply and demand issue. Even though interest rates are going up and the cost of purchasing the same priced home is going up 10, 15, 20% in your monthly carry cost and your monthly mortgage, buyers are still in the market and they're just not sensitive to that pricing. They just need someplace to live and there's not enough options for them. So if you're looking to buy something in the next few years, next year, next 2 years, and that is an eminent move for you, hurry up and buy now before we appreciate more, is what we're telling our clients. Interest rates haven't affected it. We're probably nearing the top of where interest rates are going to go. A lot of the future hikes the Fed is going to do is priced in. When people hear about them, the mortgage companies will usually raise their prices quicker. They're slower to lower them, but they get when they know it's coming, they raise them sooner. So if you're looking to buy, don't let appreciation and interest rates continue to creep on you over the next few years and know you need something. We're expecting double-digit appreciation again this year. It's a market like we've never seen. And a big reason for that is as interest rates rise, many would-be buyers move to renting. Now, if rents are up 25 to 50%, that's not a cheaper option than it usually is in a market like this. Usually, as soon as interest rates go up, costs go up to buy, let's rent. It's a smarter option financially right now. It's just not, there's no release valve there. So buyers are staying in the market, continuing to purchase. Another problem we're seeing right now is inventory is actually coming down, because if you were a seller and you were considering maybe moving, right, to a new property and upgrading or looking for more space, but you're like, I don't have to move, maybe I'll move. Now you have a 3% refi that you did last year locked in on your property you're currently living in. If you go buy, you got to buy 5. Are you still as motivated to move? Maybe not. And now your listing doesn't hit the market. Last thing that we'll say for what's going on in our market right now, something to consider as you're moving and what you're expecting in the next few months and years, moving in to Hoboken as a rental or a purchase. We have a one-way market right now. We have people coming in from Manhattan and people coming back in from the suburbs who are getting called back to work. We're not seeing as many listings hit the market as we saw. Listings down 50% on sales, 60% on rentals. Usually we have a move in, move out type of market where there's just as many people moving in as moving out. The people who've stayed have really decided they want to be here for the next few years. Otherwise, they left during COVID. They said, I'm going to accelerate my timeline and leave earlier. The people that are coming back don't have those empty homes that usually there's a mix and match and even flow. So we're really seeing a one-way flow, people coming in. We're getting calls from reload companies. We're getting calls from people moving to the city for the first time because their job they took during the pandemic is now asking them to come into the office for the first time. Or we're getting calls from people that are now moving back in. They used to live here and their offices and they're telling them to come back. So I was just in the city today. I was downtown Manhattan and the office building I was in was buzzing. The streets were buzzing. People are coming back to the city and they're tired of an hour and a half or 2 hour commute. A lot of people, some people are not, but a vast majority are, and they're coming back. So if you need anything, guys, everybody's situation is highly personalized. So feel free to reach out to us. Number below, comment on the video, shoot me a text or an email. We'll connect you with one of our awesome agents who are ready to help customize a plan for your situation so you can make sure you're moving in the most timely fashion, saving the most money you can and least stress possible during a big move in a crazy market. So we're here to help, guys. I hope to all see you soon. Take care.